All right, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of our Madden 25 Connected Franchise Owner Mode Fantasy Draft Ralph Wilson Buffalo Bills YouTube series. Today is Happy Friday. Hope you're all having a great day. We are coming off our 28-21 victory over Blaine Gabbert, Steven Jackson, and the New York Giants, which makes it a very happy day indeed. We're going to go ahead, get right on into our player actions. First couple things. Dealing with the contracts from last time, we were very fortunate to get Jeff Cumberland, to get Miles Burris, a couple young guys on this squad under contract for the foreseeable future, as well as Chris Connie, our backup free safety. We offered him a low deal, but it was exactly what he requested. He rejected the contract, so we will not be able to negotiate with him again until he's a free agent. In the meantime, though, we've been working on two guys who I'd really like to get under contract again. That is Doug Baldwin and Bruce Campbell, the backup left tackle. And so I think the best thing for us to do would be to simply offer these guys deals they can't refuse at this point. I think we're going to cut back for Doug Baldwin the guaranteed money. However, I think we up the salary. Let's go ahead to 2.8. We were hoping to keep that at about 2.5. Because that is the current salary of Mario Manningham, who we're looking at probably moving next season. However, if we can bring down the bonus money to $150 a season or $600,000 overall, put the salary at 2.8, hopefully that gets accepted. We are offering Doug Baldwin $800,000 more over 4 years than he originally requested for the same term. So not accepting that would be a silly move on his part. Let's go ahead to the re-sign screen, and that will allow us to double check that. As you guys saw yesterday in episode 84, there is, and Doug Baldwin still hasn't signed the deal. That's frustrating. Doug Baldwin, you saw his blocking ability on display for running downs, which makes him such a valuable player. Let's go ahead. Let's offer him $220 for guaranteed money, upping the overall guaranteed money in the contract by just about $250,000. Now we're offering him $12.1 over 4 years. It's a little more than we'd like to sign him for, but I think over the long-term course of the deal could still be worth it, and he has still not accepted the deal. Wow. He wants 11 over 4. This to me is something that's kind of needs to be fixed, I think, with the game, because a lot of times in this game I found in separate little files I have, when you offer guys money, if he wants $11 million for 4 years, and you offer him 12, why isn't he accepting that deal? I don't get it. But we're gonna go ahead. Let's offer him $3 million, less guaranteed, but a big salary of $3 million, offering him now $1.3 million over what he wanted. I think this is about as high as we can afford to go. And sure enough, Baldwin's still not accepting that deal. So we'll have to come back to that. Who knows what's going on with Doug Baldwin? Meanwhile, Bruce Campbell, let's go ahead. Let's bring his salary down to 3.5. That's what he wants, and let's throw in a little bit of guaranteed money. Even if we just go $100,000, that gets him up at 14.4, more than he wanted originally. And it gets him. It means that if we were to trade him this coming season, we would only have to eat $300,000 worth of cap space, which isn't much. And let's go to 3.6. So we're offering him $700,000 more than he wanted. Hopefully he accepts this, because these two players are starting to get on my nerves. He is not signing that deal. So let's go ahead, go back to the negotiations table. Let's go back up to let's go 3.7. $15.2 million. This is more than $1 million, or more than what he had originally requested, and we're still negotiating. All right, so let's let that sit for another week. Figure that out as time goes along. I'm not overly concerned right now with trying to get those guys signed. As nice as it would be to have them both under contract, we do still have some time. And worst comes to worst, if those guys go to free agency, neither of those guys are going to make or break this team. Both guys have value, don't get me wrong, but neither of them are going to neither of them are gonna, you know, ruin this potential season we got going, or ruin this franchise, so to speak. Today we are on to our linebackers. Let's go ahead, start with Justin Durant, 28 years old, left outside linebacker. He's Durant is a pretty prototypical run stopper in a 4-3 defense. I'd like to see his man coverage improve a little bit. It's already not bad. 73 is pretty good for a linebacker in his position, especially a guy who's more of a run stopper than a pass cover individual. But I would like to see some of his, and there we go, zone coverage. So zone coverage and man coverage for him now pretty good. 81 zone, 75 man, not bad at all. And Durant has typically been one of our best defenders all through this series. Now, the guy behind him, however, who we're checking out right now, Miles Burris, has been fighting for some playing time. Let's go ahead and start by getting his play recognition up to the 80 level, and that will be a big help in enhancing his smarts for the game, because I know when Burris first came to us, he was struggling with some of the mental aspects of the game. We'll go ahead and get his zone coverage up a bit. We don't play a ton of zone with our linebackers, but the worst thing that could happen for us would be for somebody to get hurt, Burris come in and not know what he's doing. His man coverage is very poor. However, his tackling is great. He doesn't have big hitter enabled. I don't like that, but his strength and his size and his speed really impressed me. That group of things. And as you can see, speed 83, pretty darn good for an outside linebacker, but this is the big one. Acceleration. He is so quick off the ball. 89 acceleration is phenomenal for almost any player, particularly a guy as big as Burris. So let's go ahead. We can basically afford one more big upgrade. Let's get his block shedding to 85. And from there, let's just work up his power moves, get them up about to a 65. We should be able to do that no problem. Before moving on to our middle linebackers, which I'm excited about because, as you guys are well aware, the two players who really got a lot of playing time last season as rookies were, of course, our strong safety, Shamarko, a.k.a. Sharknado Thomas, but also this man, John Bostic, who has been getting steadily better. We locked him up long-term with what I thought was a really, really nice deal. To be our middle linebacker for the foreseeable future. He's under contract for 5 more years for basically $900,000 a season, which is pretty great. I did not expect to be able to get him for such little money. As you can see, a lot of really great things he's able to do. 83 speed for middle linebackers, very good. Acceleration is 79, not amazing, but still quite good. Jumping, good. You can see how we've upgraded his development last season, so we're starting to see some of the payoffs of that. Hit power is good. His play ball trait, very nice. It would be nice to get his consistency up. It would be nice to get his strength up. Tackling is quite good, though it would be nice to make that a little more dominant. His man coverage, he struggles with that sometimes. His awareness, 80, not bad considering how young he is. We know we've worked that up a lot. Let's go ahead, get his man coverage up to 63. Let's go one more to 64 and leave that there because he does still get burned in man coverage from time to time. And after that, his pursuit, I would like to get that up to 84, and we'll leave that at that. But John Bostic closing in on that 80 overall mark. I believe when John Bostic came to us, he was 71 overall, and there you go. So he hits the 80 mark at the age of 23. Just under 2 seasons now. At the age of 23, he's progressed 9 points overall. It'd be wonderful if he could get another 9 after this. Just see how far we can take John Bostic's progression. Again, if he's this good at 23, how good is he going to be at 26? When he really hits his prime, so to speak. Jarrell Freeman up next. Freeman, frankly, has been disappointing in every game I've seen him in so far for us, which is why we've really gone away from any inclusion of the 3-4 defense. Backup middle linebacker will be a place we are looking to upgrade in free agency. Freeman came to us in free agency this past season, having signed just a 1-year contract. And while Freeman has had some excellent recent couple seasons with his real-life team, the Indianapolis Colts, he won't be back in Buffalo Bill blue next season. C.O. Moore, meanwhile, another free agent pickup, backup right outside linebacker behind Jason Whirls, another guy who's going to be fighting for his roster spot. Moore hasn't been great for us. He doesn't play a whole lot, but when he does get into the game, I see a lot of missed tackles, to be perfectly honest. And so we're going to spend today working up some of his just basic skills, getting his awareness up a bit. After this, let's just focus on tackling. Tackling for me, a linebacker, if their tackling isn't in the 80s, at least that player is relatively useless, I would say, because being that low, a position where tackling is your number one priority, isn't doing yourself or your teammates any favors. So C.O. Moore fighting to keep that roster spot alive. We have been looking at potentially drafting a right outside linebacker this offseason, but with that being the case, hopefully Moore keeps coming along. He is just 24 years of age. Would be nice to be able to keep him. Meanwhile, we go to Jason Whirls. Jason Whirls, I would like to have his big hitter trait enabled. See if we can get some more fumbles off of him. Whirls hasn't. I mean, he's had flashes this season. His speed is okay. His acceleration is very good. I would like to get a little more out of his spot than we've currently been getting, but he has, I guess, as of recently, stepped up his game just a bit. Hopefully, that big hitter trait can lead to us getting some more fumbles. It's something that our defense has not been able to do a whole lot of the time. And as we know from playing on offense, creating turnovers as a defense can really swing the game in your favor. So Jason Whirls, we'll quickly go back to him here. He is up to 83 as a 26-year-old. Hasn't developed a whole lot for us, but still a steady performer. Not a dominant one, but steady, I think, would be the right term. Now we're going to go on to scouting. We can dismiss the Danny Watkins negotiations because he, of course, and there we go. Congrats on meeting a milestone. Thank you very much. Because he will not be back, wanting $6 million a season, where we have already a seasoned veteran who's barely older. Watkins being 29, Ben Grubbs being 31. Not a whole lot of reason for us to shell out a ton of cash for Watkins when Ben Grubbs, his salary is quite reasonable. Now, considering that Doug Baldwin is looking at potentially not re-signing, I was thinking we could go ahead, maybe look at drafting a wide receiver. Now, doing so would mean probably using a second, third, or fourth round pick in there. And I just thought, you know what? If we're looking at getting a bigger body receiver because we don't have a ton of size, we might as well start with Ben Harrison. Let's go ahead, check out what Ben Harrison has to offer. His strength is a B, which I like. Jumping is an A. Ooh, I like that a lot. Catching is a C. Catching in traffic is a B. I like that the catching in traffic is nice. Awareness is a C. That's pretty much to be expected. Release is a C. Okay. Run block, this is important to me, is a C. For wide receiver, that's not bad. Injury is a C. And as much as I would love to check out, we always want to check out before we forget. We'd always want to check out where's injury. Injury we already checked out. Stamina is the other one, is a B. Not bad at all. Impact block is a D. It could be better, but that's okay. We'll go on to carrying, C, not bad. We'll go on to our next guy, Anthony Cousins. We're just starting here, by the way, basically with some of our bigger-bodied receivers in the third round. Ben Harrison up first. Second up, we'll go to Anthony Cousins, a little older, but still a bigger body, 6'1", 208, decent size for a receiver. We'll check out his catching ability. It's a B, not bad. Strength is a C, so we can tell he's definitely a smaller body guy just by where his skills lie, so to speak. Awareness is a C, not bad. Carrying is a B. That's pretty good for a receiver. How's the run blocking? A C. Injury, stamina. Okay, not bad, not bad. Neither of these guys offending me. I'll say that. Now on to Anthony Rotherham, 6'3", 206, 21 years of age, out of SMU. Jumping is a B. Catching is a C. And that is all we can check out. We will come back to Alan Rothram the next time we do some scouting. So looking into some receivers, perhaps. We could use some more depth at receiver anyways, especially if we are going to get rid of Manningham. We need to bring somebody in. So potentially we can look at drafting a wide receiver there. As the season comes to a close over the next couple weeks, we will drop a full draft board. Obviously, we have our first pick allocated to Macon Benedict, the big boy at the center spot. After that, though, there's a few different avenues we can go, and they're all exciting, cool to check out. Now, as week 14 rolls around, our first order of business will be checking out the standings, seeing exactly where our arch rival New York Jets are sitting. The Jets, obviously, a thorn in our side all season long. We did beat them earlier this season. However, they have been keeping pace with us as we win games, just one game behind us, and they lost this past week. Wonderful. We catch a break. We lost when we fell to the Patriots, went to 9-2. The Jets continued to win, went to 8-3. Fortunately for us, we have that game of breathing room now because we do play the Jets later this season. In the meantime, though, we're going to be playing the Denver Broncos on Monday. So join me for Serial Monday to check out that game, Bills and Broncos. In the meantime, though, let's go ahead and have a little practice. Practice today. Let's go ahead and let's go goal line stand. Hold your opponent at the goal line midway through the fourth quarter and go on to win the game. Let's go ahead. Goal line stand. Why not? Also, just a quick note, a channel update. I mentioned this in yesterday's video, but just in case you didn't check that out or you missed that part, we are, this channel, I will be releasing 2 videos in celebration of the upcoming Super Bowl, likely as early as this weekend, maybe early next week, Monday, Tuesday. Watch for those. But if you're able to check them out, please do so. There's going to be 2 videos called Tuxedo T-Shirt Plays the Super Bowl. And basically, I'm going to be playing one game as the Seahawks against the Broncos and one game as the Broncos against the Seahawks. And it'll just be a way to, first of all, if you're just a fan of the channel, just another couple very mini series of 2 videos for your enjoyment. And then if you are just somebody who's really interested in, getting to know the teams in the Super Bowl maybe before the game starts, it just provides you a second opportunity to kind of get queued up for the games. I'll make sure in both videos to show you guys exactly the rosters that the teams are going with and kind of give you my thoughts on the strengths and weaknesses of certain players, maybe who can step up and who's in position to be a real star. And John Bostic with the pick over the middle, takes a knee, and that is a huge play there for Bostic. 2:23 left in the practice scenario. This one is tied up. We have the Bills with 10, the Flippity Flops with 10. We get it at our own 20. What a play there by John Bostic. Let's go ahead, get the kid a thumbnail for that one. Why? Because it's John freaking Bostic, you guys. John Bostic gets to 80 overall today, which is very exciting. And also, after the last couple of practice scenarios we've had against the Flippity Flops, it's nice to be able to celebrate the fact that we got an interception as opposed to getting picked up. There, Basman Hooker stopped for a gain of 4. Eric Wood, the center, losing the block there against the interior defensive lineman who wraps up Hooker. Eric Wood fighting, though he doesn't know it yet, is fighting for his life as the starting center for the Buffalo Bills, unless he goes off the board really early, because we're scheduled to pick him quite early ourselves. Macon Benedict will be our center next season. Maybe Eric Wood can, even if we pick Benedict, maybe Eric Wood holds on to the job for a bit, proves his worth, steps up his game. But in the meantime, he's gonna have to up his game to continue earning that spot. So here we go. Ryan Williams catches the ball, and there's the defender to make the play. That was Eric Wood, number 70, again, missing the block on the defender. As you can see, getting maybe upgrading that center spot a bigger priority than some may think. Anyways, we're on to 2nd and 12 at our own 30-yard line. Still plenty of time left, and Rogers is going to have to throw this one away. He's going to be called for a flag, but just tons of pressure there. 3rd and 32 coming up. Wow. What play do you call on 3rd and 32? My goodness. Let's go ahead here. Bills inside stutter. Really our only hope on this play is Eric Baldwin coming open. Darren Sproles in the slot. Let's see if we can get him running a fly as well. Pump fake. And Rogers throws it up. Should have been intercepted. Defenders weren't biting on that. And more pressure around the edges for the flippity-flops. So the flippity-flops force us into a rare punting situation. Sam Martin, just a small handful of punts all season. He gets this one away. Decent-looking punt. And nobody in the area. Here's C.O. Moore. A chance to impress me, C.O. No, C.O. misses. That's okay. 44-yard line is where the flippity-flops will start this drive, and that is a problem for us because we do not have a timeout. Or we have one timeout. The flippity-flops have 3, and they just have about 10 yards to go until they are in field goal range. So we'll see how the flippity-flops do here. We're going to need some solid defense. We're going to go edge rush, try and get some pressure on the quarterback. He stands in to throw it. Holding on to it. Sanford and Kirkpatrick in the neighborhood of the receiver. Neither of them able to make a play. So we're going to have to call a timeout here with a 1:01 left in the practice scenario. Actually, we didn't call a timeout. The flippity-flops called a timeout. That's nice for us. We get to keep our timeout. They use theirs. So 1st and 10 now. Flippity-flops at the 33-yard line of the Bills. We're sending some heat here. We're going to go ahead and send that pressure. Jackson, oh, buddy. Vince Wilfork and company missed the running back who walks up Main Street for a gain of 33 yards, though. That might be a blessing in disguise. If the flippity-flops were able to slow play that correctly, they could have won the practice scenario guaranteed with a field goal. Instead, here with them scoring that touchdown so quickly, they give us 56 seconds to try and put a scoring drive together ourselves to try and tie this one up, send this practice scenario into overtime. Hopefully we're able to do that. Here's Jacoby Ford trying to get around the edge. Gets around one man, not the second. Still a decent return, though, up to the 30-yard line. Aaron Rodgers and company comes back out. Hopefully Aaron Rodgers getting a little bit better protection than he did this past time around. We'll start off with a quick hitter trying to get this one into, Eric Baldwin in the flat, and then to the sidelines. And he will not come open. Aaron Rodgers gets around the corner, up and out of bounds. Nice job by the flippity-flops there in zone coverage, picking up our routes. It was like they were in the huddle on that one. Just nobody comes open. If we had waited a little more, I think Deshaun Jackson could have come open, but it would have been a risky throw. Nice gain there for Aaron Rodgers there. Ryan Williams does a nice job of holding onto the ball. We're going to have to quickly get this play off. Eric Baldwin will run the fly. We got it. Just 32 seconds left in the scenario. Eric Baldwin comes open. He makes the catch in the slot down at the 36, and we call our timeout then. 27 seconds left. Nice job there, Eric Baldwin coming open in the slot as he does so often and so nicely. Eric Baldwin also less than, with 4 games left in the season, he's got less than 100 yards to go for a 1,000-yard season, which is pretty incredible here. Oh, no, why'd you move in there? Oh, Doug Baldwin is wide open on the sideline, decided to move in for no reason. The defender left his area wide open. We throw the pass, and yeah, just not a smart play. That's okay. It doesn't hurt us. We'll go ahead, go empty base here. Stick and nod would be a great play to call because of the double move by Eric Baldwin. However, if we complete that pass, then it's kind of a death sentence for us because there's no way to get out of bounds. We're going to go ahead here. Ryan Williams is going to run the quick out so he can maybe get out of bounds. And Eric Baldwin's, and we take a shot there. Guess who? Eric Wood. Not able to control his man. 3rd and 10 coming up here at the 36-yard line of the flippity-flops. We're going to go ahead, go double corner routes. Manningham and Baldwin running these corner routes. Hopefully one of them able to get up, make a nice move, beat their man, and Baldwin's going to come back to the ball. And that was actually a pass intended for Doug Baldwin, folks. You talk about Baldwins all over the place. Doug Baldwin just came so far back to the ball that pass intended for Doug Baldwin, caught by Eric Baldwin. Nice job by Eric Baldwin staying on top of the ball. The Baldwin ball for the Baldwin ball. Craziness. Anyways, we're on to 4th and 3, 14 seconds left. Not hugely concerning about the down because there's so little time left. Big blitz here. Williams makes the catch, gets out of bounds. Nice play, 22-yard line. Bills get the first down, 10 seconds left. Likely time for 2 plays to the end zone here from 22 yards out. Fortunately for us, 22 yards, not too long of a distance for us to still, use our creativity in the playbook. We don't just have to throw a 50-yard fly route. Lots of different things we can do. My little secret weapon on this play is going to be Darren Sproles coming out of the backfield and darting for the end zone. Hopefully he doesn't collide with Deshaun Jackson. Deshaun Jackson can't catch up to that one. That goes incomplete. 5 seconds left, 22-yard line still. 2nd and 10 upcoming. Bills need a touchdown here. We might have time for one more play after this one, but that is not likely. Chances are this is our last shot at the end zone. We're going to send Jackson deep. We're actually let's get him running the fade route. Maybe he can pull a nice double move. Otherwise, Eric Baldwin in the middle. Whoever we throw this ball to is basically going to be the person the safety doesn't try to double cover. Safety staying in the middle of the field. He's going with Baldwin, so we throw to Jackson, who makes a one-handed grab for the score. Touchdown, Bills. What a freaking catch. Deshaun Jackson brings in that ball against all odds. What a play. Led perfectly inside. You can see there the safety dropped off immediately to double cover Baldwin, who was in zone coverage. So we throw it inside to Jackson. And I'm sorry, Mr. Bostic, but you've just been replaced. Deshaun Jackson, what a grab. Incredible. That is our thumbnail. Or you know what? Maybe this would look even better from the backside. That's not what she said. If we go a little higher. There we are. Deshaun Jackson making the grab of the century. But unfortunately, it all means nothing unless we're able to take away the win. And look at this. The Flippity Flops have iced the kicker on a point after attempt. Nice. Love it. There's Greg the leg kicking it up and through. The PAT is good. As I was saying, this all means nothing unless we're able to get the ball in OT and put a score together. Unfortunately, the Flippity Flops are going to be receiving here, so we're going to have to try and make a play, stop them on offense with our defense, which typically hasn't gone well in practice scenarios. Typically, our defense gets lit up, and we are unable to make anything work. But wow, I'm excited for our offense. Deshaun Jackson showing off some serious flash there, some serious skill. Making a hell of a move here. Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie tries to jump the route, not able to do it. 11-yard reception to number 15 of the Flippity Flops. First play of this overtime practice scenario. Either way, win or loss here, I'm proud of the way that offensive drive went. 50-some seconds left. Not a lot of time to work with, especially when you only have one timeout. And I feel like the offense did a great job. And here, the double move from the receiver. And that, folks, is on our defensive line. Defensive line had enough time to get some pressure, particularly because we sent a couple of extra guys on that play. Unfortunately, it goes for nothing. The receiver originally running a corner route was covered perfectly by Sanford, later made the double move. That's what caused the problems. Going to the air again here. Wide receiver makes the catch, then is not tackled. Vontae Davis misses him the first time. And in just a couple of plays, the Flippity Flops have moved the ball way up the field. 3.5 minutes left. They're at the 25-yard line of the Bills. Not a lot of time left to go. We're trying to get some pressure on the QB, and nothing's been working so far. Here they hand it off in a nice play. Jason Worlds, John Bostic, Drake Kirkpatrick, all there to make that play. John Bostic, 2 tackles and a pick in the practice scenario now. 3-3-5, 2-man under. Sanford will be our user guy. We're going to go ahead, spread the defensive line, go edge rush, try and get some kind of pressure on this on this quarterback who will stand in and just destroy us otherwise. And there they go to the middle. Davis misses him. Durant there, and nobody can make the tackle, and he scores. Practice scenario done. Defense, give your head a shake. Sloppy tackling. Davis gets burnt twice on that drive, which is more than I think he's been burned in every actual game we've played so far this season combined. Too bad, so sad. We lose the practice scenario, ruining that amazing catch and drive from the offense. Oh well. We'll see you on Serial Monday against the Denver Broncos. Until then, I'm Tuxedo T-shirt, and I'm out.